Hey, I'm Remel London. I'm a TV radio presenter, host, and founder of the Mainstream Creative Platform. And this is my road to legacy.
All right, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Road to Legacy podcast, man. We are doing another episode where we've been going for a little bit. We are doing an interview outside the US. We are interviewing someone that comes from the UK, the British Mafia. But we're interviewing today Remel
Go
London.
code
Remel
switching again.
London. I can't hear you, Doc. I don't know what happened to your volume.
1 2 1 2.
There we go. So we are interviewing Remel London. Remel London is super dope. I met her when I was working at the hotel, and when she came in, she was doing, I think she was doing the MTV Music Awards, and I saw her. We met at the front desk, and I was like, "Yo, you seem super dope." I asked her what she does. She told me that she's in the podcast and she's hosting MTV Music Awards. And I was like, yo, I got a podcast. We need to link up. And so here we are about to do this amazing interview with Remel London. And Remel London, just so you guys know, she is an up and coming legend. I say up and coming legend because she is on the rise in the UK scene. She's an award-winning British TV host. She's a radio presenter. She's also the founder of the Mainstream, which is a platform that she gives artists opportunity to shine and do their thing. She wears so many different hats, and once she comes on, we will kind of explore those things and ask her about some of those things. And so when you guys are tuning into the Road to Legacy podcast, our objective is to inspire, educate, and influence. And I want to start every single podcast going forward like this, just to give you guys a breakdown of what we are and what we do. Maya Angelou shared, if you're gonna live, leave a legacy. Make a mark on the world that cannot be erased. And legacy is something that Martin and we are New York City natives, and we have a healthy obsession with life. We're always curious, and I'm always curious to know why and how did someone get to where they are. And Martin and we are New York natives, like I said, and we are always interested in having these conversations with people. So how you feeling today, Doc?
I'm good. I mean, I was listening to what you said, Maya Angelou. It's a great quote. And the thing about the last part of that what you had just said, that can't be erased. Make a legacy that can't be erased. And this is why we're talking to someone like Remel London, because she's been building this legacy for a while, since she's been a little kid. And I don't think it could be erased because it's on the media, it's on TV, it's all over the place on the internet. So we wanted to let you guys know, meet a person who is actually doing and living their legacy.
Yeah, she's making it happen in the UK, man. I'm just thankful that she decided to come on and have a conversation with us. I think this is our very first interview with somebody who is not from America, right? This is the
Oh
first.
yeah, right.
This is a very first interview with somebody who is outside of the US. And it's crazy how she started her career and just her drive and passion to
Mhm.
do everything media,
Right.
and I'm just constantly curious about how that works.
We're going to talk to this beautiful chocolate sister from over on the other side of the pond. Like I told Donald today, London reminds me of a overseas New York, but the
Yeah,
culture.
I definitely don't see that. When I went to London, which was, wow, maybe about 11 years ago. This was way before my son Noah was born, and I didn't like it. I didn't like London too much, and I don't know if that's just because I was in a commercial area. The food was not good. I did not enjoy the food at all in London.
You're
And
very picky when it comes to
you
eating
know,
stuff anyway.
I didn't like London too much. Yeah, I'll give London another go round. That was many years ago. It's probably like 12 years ago. I
Is
want to say
that the only part of the UK, is it? See,
London.
we're Americans, so we don't be knowing stuff other than sometimes, even though we travel, we have traveled to different places in the world. But Americans, we kind of shut our head down when it comes to other countries, man. It's kind
Nah,
of like,
I don't think that's true. I think we
so
do
what the hell
explore.
is, so what, there's bigger parts of the UK than London. You tell me right now if you know another city in the UK. Whoa! Ah,
All right, you got me there. I have not traveled extensively in the United Kingdom. I went to London, um, which is the capital.
that's all we know as Americans, man. We Americans. We're gonna
But
find Diego.
I was only there literally we were only there for about 2 days, maybe 3 days at most. So I didn't get a chance to explore the whole entire London.
Hmm.
Um,
The
but
city, the whole city, right?
yeah, right. We went to the city, but I didn't get a chance to explore the rest of London. Plus, I was extremely jet lagged, man. I was very jet lagged. We did a quick trip. It was probably about 6 days, I think, which is not enough time. So we flew to Paris, then we stayed in Paris for like 2 or 3 days. And then after that, we took the Xella train, I think it's called, and we took a
Right.
train to go to London. And by the time I got to London, I was jet lagged, you know. So Ramel is about to sign on. I think she's
Mel is
about
about to sign
to
up.
sign
Now, I
on.
gotta say this before Mel comes on, as she's about to sign on, right? So you got
Mhm.
the UK is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So for us Americans, for all of us Americans out there that don't know too much about the UK, then I just had to throw that up there. So I
Yeah,
see.
you could throw that up there, but you just probably read that a little while ago. Have you traveled to the UK?
I told you I didn't know either. I've been to the UK. I've been to Ramel, there she goes. Got an Erica
Hello.
shirt on. Got a sister
What's
looking
up?
good, sister looking good.
Yo,
Hello.
what's up,
God bless.
Ramel? We were just having our UK American African American UK conversation slash debate. Because Martin and I always have these debates, right? He always
Okay.
think he knows more than me because he's a little bit older. And he's also a Black Republican. So, there's some conflict. There's some conflict between our relationship quite often. And so he was
Right.
trying to school me on the UK
Right,
because
because everybody just says London, 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 and Americans, we're just so connected to America that we don't ever say, Scotland and the other parts of the UK.
Very
So,
true.
yeah,
Very true.
but anyway, without
so
further ado,
London, Remel London is in the building. So thank you so much for coming through and keeping your word.
Of
And
course.
I was before you came on, I was talking to Martin and telling people how we met or how I met you when I was
Randomly.
it's just crazy random. She was checking into the hotel. I was working at the front desk. And I think you were telling me, or I was probably asking you because I'm kind of nosy when I used to work at the hotel. I'm always curious about what
It's a
people
good
do.
habit. Yeah.
So when you came in, I I checked you in, and I think you were getting ready for the MTV Music Awards, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
That's
Um,
right.
and so that's how this conversation came about. But I just want to tell people and talk a little bit about your accolades because in America, a lot of people don't know who you are yet. You know what I mean?
I accept that. And this is my plan for 2024 to make sure that what I do and what us in the UK are up to, because like I love celebrating, especially Black Brits. Like I hope that more people can like look in and see that we're representing in our own way. And yeah, that's the plan, man.
So I'm just to tell people about who you are and what you do, at least from the perspective that I know. I was trying to do a little bit of research. So
better,
you are an
you better do the research 'cause
award-winning
she does her research. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You
No,
see
it's
what I'm
all good.
saying? Brother, just keep cutting me off. This is what's wrong with black folks, man.
Go
I
ahead.
can't even talk. So
Oh,
she
not the whole black folks. Not all of them.
All right. I'm
uh,
sorry. I
so
think
Mel London, and please correct me if I'm wrong or if I miss things.
Okay.
Award-winning British TV um, radio presenter, host and founder of the Mainstream. You are a video blogger, and you wear so many different hats. I think I was watching another interview that you did, and the brother was giving you your flowers and praising you. He was like, I don't need flowers. Um,
Yeah,
but
that
I
interview
think
was
from
interesting.
but I really actually, after doing a little bit of research about you, um, I have to say, yo, I have to give you your flowers now because you are expanding the UK and just black media in general. And so on the Road to Legacy podcast, we are always curious about why and how did someone get to the point of where they are now.
Mm.
Um, and I don't know if you noticed, Martin and I, we've worked in hospitality for like 40 plus years combined.
How is that possible? Okay, combined. I was gonna say what?
Yeah, because
combined.
you know, black don't crack. So,
Literally, I was like, wow. I heard it can swell, but yeah.
Like that. Go ahead.
but you know, Martin's like 75 years old. He doesn't age that much. But yeah, so please tell us here in the US a little bit about yourself and what you do, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. No, thank you, Donald, as well, for just like even asking me to be a part of it. Because, like we said, our meeting was random. Like, I'm sure you meet a lot of people in general, but like it was really nice to have such a welcome to New York and like feel like, you know, as a black man, you just wanted to be respectful and be like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. Oh, we should connect. And like, you just, the interest, like, I equally had an interest in you because I was like, yeah, that guy at the desk he was giving me good vibes. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I love it when you come into spaces and you just meet people and you're like, okay, I would happily love to know more about you as well. And I think that kind of taps into what I do. I am a human interest lover. I love knowing about people. I love hearing their stories. I love hearing their journeys. And the fact that I've had my own complex journey getting to where I am um, has fascinated me even more, which is why I created the Mainstream, which is a platform that celebrates existing talent, new talent, all trying to get into like TV, film, media, and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, just a little bit more background. Like I grew up in North London, single parent household, you know, low economic like situation, and I always was encouraged to try anything I want to do. I can try it. I did every free trial there is, like free dance class, free musical theater, sports. Can I sign up for free? Run on the track. I'll do it. Like I did everything, and that's where I really loved finding like the experience and joy and like just giving something a go and trying it and making it your own. So from a young age I was just performing, doing athletics, doing all sorts of things, and then I fell in love with the idea of just talking to people. We had a radio station called Choice FM, which was a local black radio station in London. It then was bought by Global, which is then the station I ended up being on, Capital Xtra, which is crazy. So the fact that I grew up listening to a black owned station, despite it being owned by a global, big brand, the heart of it was always celebrating black music. So R&B, hip hop. And then when the UK music started making a rise, it was very homegrown. So again, I had a space where I could celebrate new talent coming through and all that kind of stuff. So I very much became known for the girl that interviews new music artists, the girl that interviews new talent in all that kind of space and capacity. So very organically, I got to do the things that I've always loved, being in the arts, being in the creative space. I studied broadcast journalism at university. I did leave London So adding to what you said, Martin, I did leave London. I went to the University of Leeds, which was, again, I will be honest with you, coming out of London is a culture shock. Even for us who live in the UK, coming out of London is like, where is everyone? The black people, you will hunt down the black areas in every city because it is like, we're a minority as it is, and then it just gets smaller and smaller. But yeah, I've kind of just spent my time in my journey just carving out opportunities to celebrate black excellence, black creatives, black talent, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, like, where did that driving force come from to want to get into media? Um, did it happen when you were a kid? Because I know from interviews and stuff that I watch, like you were just explaining, you used to see things and said, "I want to try that." Were any of your parents in media? Your mother, your father? Where did that drive come
And
from?
you were young. You were so young. I saw some videos of that. You were like young. But go ahead, answer that. I just got to put that in.
So yeah, that's the funny thing. Do you not have the yellow pages, or did you have the yellow pages?
And yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
We don't
So
have it
we,
anymore, but that's
yeah,
throwback.
neither. We don't have it anymore either. But like, obviously, you'd get the yellow pages delivered to your house, and I'd see something. So, for example, I'd watch Smart Guy on Disney Channel doing tap dancing, and I'm like, I want to do that. I'm like, Mum, can I tap dance? And she was like, what? She was like, I mean, if you can find a place to tap dance, sure. So instead of scuffing up her kitchen floor, I went to the yellow pages and I saw tap dancing classes. So me and my cousin tried out tap dancing. Same thing again, like I don't know where I had this initiative and desire to just go for it, but I think it's the fact that my mum was like in her own way of being like, what? Okay, sure. I would find every community center, every youth group, every youth project where I can do all of these things. Um, I don't know why my family was so encouraging, but on both sides, I'm half Nigerian and half Guyanese. Um, Both cultures obviously have like, you end up being a civil servant or you end up, the hope is that you'll be a doctor, lawyer,
Oh yeah,
accountant, or
yeah.
whatever. But for some reason, the grandchildren were allowed to be whatever they wanted. I don't know how that happened. And I think as well, my mum was one of nine. So I think she understood the need to be an individual, and she encouraged, like, if there's something you want to try, go for it, because and if there's a free scheme where you can try it, why not? So yeah, there was a big encouragement to try, which I'm so grateful for, because I feel like that's just my ethos in life. Like, at least I tried, innit?
Yeah, no, that's it's really important to have supportive parents. And I wonder, because my wife is Caribbean as well. My wife is from Trinidad. So
He's in an
and
interracial marriage here in America.
whatever. He's Martin is an interracial
No,
marriage for real.
they all get on me because I'm married to a white woman. I'm
That's
married to a white.
fine.
That's fine. See, you even said that's fine, Martin. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Yo,
But Donald, he doesn't want to say it because his Trinidadian woman is a beautiful Trinidadian woman. She's a great person to me, right?
Yes.
But she's from the other side of Trinidad. I'm sorry to say it. But
what does that mean? The other side of
that,
Trinidad,
Yeah,
bro?
what does that mean?
that means she's from the Indian side of Trinidad and not from the African
Oh,
side of
Oh,
Trinidad.
yo,
Woo! But
got you.
once again, I digress. Go ahead, Don.
that's like racism. So what do you mean the Indian side of Trinidad?
No, but the truth
It,
is, nah, I
yo,
can't lie, Donald. I'll let you finish. But
why are
Martin,
you siding with Martin? Is that what you said?
do you know what? It's not even that I'm sided. However, I am very aware. I'm very aware. In Guyana, there's also Black Guyanese and Indian Guyanese. So I hear you. Also interracial, but it's great. It's wonderful.
Okay. Oh, good. So go ahead, Donald Reed. Finish.
I think the interview is done. I ain't got nothing else to say. She's siding with you. I'm leaving. No, it's
We have fun, Remel, on this podcast because we love to teach people, but we want people to know what's going on out here. But anyway, go ahead,
I
Donald.
hear you.
no, but what I was gonna say is that, having a mother who's from Guyana, I know that for my wife, she had a lot of restrictions and a lot of things she couldn't really try. She wanted to be a dancer when she was younger, and not really fully able to explore that because of certain circumstances. The idea coming from parents that say, "Hey, you should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer." So it's really interesting that your mom was influential. It sounds like your mom was really influential just to open the door and say, "Hey, try whatever you want and see what sticks." Because I'm doing the same thing with my kids as a
Yeah.
parent. You tend to allow your kids to do more things that you weren't able to do.
Yeah.
What about your dad? Your dad is so your mom is from Guyana and you say your dad is Nigerian. How
Yes.
influential was your dad growing up?
So the relationship with my dad is really interesting because he's always been present in my life, but not in my household and not as influential. So from when I was a young age, my dad broke up with my mom, spent time in Nigeria, remarried, which is fine. Like, I have a really amazing relationship with my siblings. I have half siblings. So from my mom, I'm an only child. From my dad, I'm the eldest of seven. So he kind of was doing his own thing, living his own life, making babies. But in all honesty, I formed a really good relationship with my grandparents. So I got closer to my grandparents when my dad wasn't around. So, and especially I live in North London, my dad's family all lives in South London. So when I was at a certain age, I used to travel to South London to see my family, visit relatives. It was actually my grandparents that took me to Nigeria, not my dad, because they wanted all of their grandchildren to experience the culture. Because again, like, no shade, and I will have respect for my dad, but at the same time, he wasn't the father figure in my life. So I didn't look to him for guidance. I've never asked him for advice. I actually went to my granddad and I actually went to my grandma, which is crazy because I feel like, the fact that he's there, but I'm like, let me go above you.
Above you. Okay.
Let me get the real OG advice. And like,
Okay.
especially with like going to university, my granddad used to check in because my granddad, he's passed now. But he had many degrees in psychology, philosophy. He's an incredible like man of the psychology industry. Like, he's done so many great things. My granddad was really concerned but invested in like, so what are you going to do, like what's next for you, but no pressure. It was more, what are you interested in? So when I said I really want to get into broadcasting and journalism, he was like, okay, what do you need to do that? How can I support you? And again, even my mum's dad as well, same thing. What do you want to do? How can we support you? Do you need money? Do you need anything? And like, they used to send me money when I was at uni because us uni kids were broke. So my grandparents were always sending me money, always supporting me, always checking in on me. And I'm so grateful for that because they're the OGs. Like, they wanted to make sure that the generation that's going to be left behind is okay. And they really, really showed up for me. And I learned so much, and I owe so much to my grandparents because they really planted invaluable seeds in me of like hard work, perseverance, and their journeys from coming from Nigeria and coming from Guyana are so powerful to me, and making a new life, being considered a part of like the Windrush generation here in the UK, like, it's major.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I want you to get that out. Because when we come to me, we're going to get to the serious, deep questions.
Oh, so you're trying to say my questions are not deep?
I'm saying they're very deep. They're deep, but we're going to get
A lot
deeper.
of disrespect happening on this. This is because it's the light skinned in you. That's you just
It
can't.
might be the light skinned in me, but hey, that's how we roll. Wesley Snipes came in and took us out, so I got to try to make a comeback.
I don't know if y'all have the same issues in the UK versus light skin versus dark skin.
Well, that's what. But
We've tried to remove them. We've tried to remove them. We colorism is a thing, so we're trying to just make sure we good.
Well, but you did say something that I was going to ask about. You said the Windrush generation, because a lot of people don't know about the Windrush generation. That happened, I believe it was between 1948 through 1971, where a lot
Yeah.
of West Indians, Africans migrated into the UK.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wonder if your mother's push in getting you to try as many things as possible came from the lack of her being able to have access to certain things. Yeah, I really find that interesting, and just having that influence. And one more quick question before Martin jumps in. I want to know who was the performer or person that you saw that you were like, this is exactly what it is that I want to do. I want to get into journalism. I want to get into media.
Okay, so the first question about the Windrush generation, I had, again, before he passed, a 3-hour conversation with my granddad, who was from Guyana, who I filmed it as well, which was amazing. I still have that footage. He gave me the exact description, the emotional, like how it felt, the planning process, the financial process of how he came from Guyana to London. And it was the most incredible story I've ever heard in my life. Like, and how much he was willing to take his whole family, come to the UK, and just start again. Like, that inspired me so much. And my mum is one of 9. She's the second eldest. Her older brother, so she had an older brother and then her. So as the eldest child, female child, she automatically became like the maternal figure for all of her sisters and brothers. And I know my mum sacrificed a lot being the eldest. And the pressure probably from my grandparents was, you need to look after these kids, right? Because we got to work. So my mum was second mum. And I think the fact that she wasn't able to, and it's interesting because my mum's quite, in all honesty, she's quite quiet. She doesn't really talk about, the past or bring up feelings. She's not a feeling. She's very, shh, don't worry about that. She's not a feelings kind of person. But I know she has so much heart, and she really wants to see the best in everyone. So I think she saw that there was clearly an interest in me, and she just thought, go for it. You do you. And whether or not she's living vicariously through me or not, I don't know, because my mum's never showed an interest in performing. But whether she is just like, do you, I really appreciate her for like even sacrificing for me as well. Because looking back, my mum, we weren't financially stable at all for a long time. So I always say this. I'm like, I don't know how my mum did a lot of what she did. And even I know she leaned on my grandparents as well, and my family leaned on each other a lot. So I definitely know that there were sacrifices made. But I always had this kind of like, anything I see, I want, or not even want, anything I see, I feel like it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be watching Bugsy Malone, the musical, and I'm like, yo, these kids are sick. I want to do that. So I'm going to sign up for a musical. Like, that's it for me. Like, that's how simple it was. So so for your second point of who was a performer, anyone I saw inspired me. Like, literally, I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, if that little kid can do that, surely I can do that too. So I'd find a way, I'd ask around, get as much information as possible. Like, I don't know why, I was just like a little researcher. So going into the creative industry, I researched it. I just found out what's an opportunity that makes sense. And like, growing up, we had a lot of American television. So one of my favorite shows of all time is A Different World. So that's like
Classic.
that I can go to university.
That was a theme song. It's a different world from where you come from, right?
Yeah. I know my parents love me.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. That was my show. Then obviously the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So again, I'm seeing Black excellence in ways that weren't represented in the UK as much. Then, you know, seeing TV shows like the Oprah Winfrey Show. My mum used to tape. So all of these shows, my mum used to tape them. So I would watch them at the weekends, like just reruns of A Different World, reruns of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then she'd catch the Oprah Winfrey Show. And if there was like a random celebrity on Oprah, she'd film it and tape it and all that kind of stuff. And even the Maury Povich Show, like stuff like that. I was watching so much American TV and so
Oh,
much
God.
daytime TV. Like it was like Ricky Lake. Like there's so many American shows that we had access to. And I saw so many. So I Googled, what did Maury Povich study? What did Ricky Lake study? What did Oprah study? Okay, journalist, broadcast journalist, actor, she's got a background. So I'm like, if I want to be like them, people I see, I better start learning. So that's where I got into broadcasting.
Wow. That's deep. I love that. Go ahead, Donald.
No, I think that's incredible. What's also interesting is you growing up in the UK, and then me, Martin, and I growing up in America as African Americans. When you live inside of the place that is producing all of this media that's sent out to the rest of the world, you don't really see, at least I don't really understand how influential and how much impact American media had on the rest of the world.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes to hip hop. You know what I mean? And just seeing how a culture that we created just extends throughout all the diaspora, throughout the rest of the world. And it's mind blowing to hear you say, "Oh, the TV shows I used to watch are the same TV shows that I used to grow up watching as a kid." And sometimes we feel like there's this disconnect, but
Yeah.
as Black people in general, I think that we are so universally connected in so many different ways. And you know, I think we'll start getting into some of the things that Martin want to ask, because if I keep going,
You know, he keeps saying that, right? He keeps saying that, right? You heard he said that already. He keeps saying that. We're gonna get, but I got one more question I want to, because you know why? Is because Remel, your energy is just great. You have the energy of a boss. You have the energy of a young woman that knows her direction and knows what her legacy is going to be. Now, one of my
Amen. Thank
questions,
you.
you do. I mean, and we see that and we respect that. That's what I respect as an older dude that knew. Now, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm going to date myself. So I was born before. I used to carry around mixtapes. There
Okay.
was no such thing. There was when I was growing up, Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash was dudes in the neighborhood that we knew.
Okay.
No record deals. There was no stuff going on. Run DMC, even though there was other people before them, was the big hit. Where when I went down south, people would actually, say when I got into the army, New York was all about, and travel overseas to Germany. New York was all about hip hop and rap. But once again, I digress. What I want to ask you, as just a boss, how did you deal with being a woman in the UK, because it's different than America, being a Black young woman and actually walking into these entertainment areas and knowing, and I know in America there's a lot of discrimination here towards women. I don't know if you saw Barbie. Did you see Barbie?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from. How, you're juggling everything. So, where was it as a boss coming into that? What was the problems and the situations you had to deal with when you came into rooms like that?
It's interesting because I've worked, and I'm so fortunate for this. I've worked in spaces where Black people have a voice. Now, they might not be at the top, but I have always worked in Black media.
Mhm.
So it's been really special knowing that if there is a problem, someone can stand up for you and someone can address something that's like not right, or it's a bit. But regardless, like, it's still a white world. It's still, heavily white males or even white females that are like, the CEOs and like the execs and all that kind of stuff. So we do a thing. I mean, everyone does it, but like code switching is big. Like,
Talk about that.
We talk about that all the time. Me and Donald talk about that all the time. But yeah.
yeah, like code switching is big. Like, you know how to carry yourself. And I've always carried myself in a way where I'm going to, okay, let me put it this way.
Okay.
I've always represented and carried myself in a way, if my grandparents, aunties, mum, whoever see me broadcasting or filming something, are they going to approve of it? Like, I've always liked to put myself in spaces where everyone can watch it. Everyone will feel proud to see me on that show. Everyone will be proud to turn on that dial and hear me. So I only work in spaces where I feel like I'm representing in a way that morally no one will say you messed up, you disrespected us or you let us down. So again, fortunately, I've been in spaces where they're accommodating of blackness, black culture, all that kind of stuff. But there are moments where white execs or white, managers, all that kind of stuff, they'll say off-key things and you'll just be like, why did you say that? Or why are you behaving in this way? Or why didn't you listen to us? Like, I think that's the problem, that there's still, despite having black producers and like people in good positions, there's still like a lack of understanding of what black people need and what black people, or how black people should be addressed, I guess. So a lot of it is like, and this is what the difference is in England. Racism is quite, it's a bit like coy.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm cussing you, but I said it in a nice way. So you didn't catch it, did you? And it's like, huh? No, I caught it.
What?
Like, I definitely caught it.
No, didn't.
So, and microaggressions and all that kind of stuff, that's what usually ends up being like the main problem in the UK. Like, we're kind of just like battling undercover things. So, like, for example, like, okay, like colorism again. Let's say a mixed race girl gets a job and like they get all the glitz and glam flashy stuff, and then it's kind of like celebrated as the first black woman to da 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 da. And we're
like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, and I'm rooting for everyone black. However, they now use her as the poster child of diversity, and they now use her as the look what we did for the black community. And we're like, no, you chose her because she looks like what you are accepting at the time, and she's the most palatable, and there's this underlining, black women, and I'm not even the darkest of like dark-skinned women, but like there's this underlying like black women like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna understand her or get her, or is she gonna say something bad, or is she gonna say something that the people won't understand up north, because they just seem to think that every black woman or every woman from London is gonna be like, yo, you see this, yeah, get me London. We're not all living in a 90s 1999 garage MC video. Like, this isn't a jungle rave, and we're not skanking on screen. Like, fair enough, there's time and a place for like, enjoyment and happiness, but like there seems to be a lack of understanding of like professionalism in the black community, and they just think we're just going to show up and be ratchet or be like, effing and blinding and all that kind of stuff. And they've got an idea of what the good black person is, and they don't actually allow many of us to enter the spaces. So the long-winded that was a long-winded answer to say,
right,
we feel we still have a long way to go, but there are a few people breaking the mold and getting through in the industry, because there are more and more black creatives and gatekeepers allowing us to get in the places and show, like, you know, how diverse we are, and we're not a monolith of just one Black person. So yeah.
And as a woman,
Oh, sorry, as a woman.
see, because you know you have to deal with men, Black or white, that might say you're great at what you do, but let me just pat you on the ass, or let me just say something over you, or let me just not give you the respect that I should in this arena, even though you're a professional at it.
I'll be honest. Early in my career, and probably still now, there were a lot of people that didn't like me because I am very quick to pull someone up if something like that happens. Like, I am my mother's child, and if there's something I don't like, I'm gonna say it. And yeah, even in male spaces, I have no problem correcting someone if I feel like what you're doing or what you're saying is inappropriate or I don't agree with. And I worked in the UK rap scene for quite a while.
That's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question, right?
Yeah. And I purposely didn't sexualize myself. So I purposely was casual with, like, you know, for example, if I know there's a press junket and there's going to be loads of presenters, they're all going to be dressed up, looking sexy, breast out, everything, da 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 da. I'm like, listen, not, and it's almost funny, but I'm like, I'm wearing a polo neck today. Because I'm like, you're going to get this entertainment from a verbal conversation, not because what you can see.
Yeah.
And that's my kind of attitude to things. I'm like, you're going to enjoy the interview, not looking at me. And I actively wanted to do interviews where it was like, let's take the road guy out of his comfort zone and let's take him bowling, or let's take him go-karting, and let's play badminton, and let's do something fun, because let's throw it all off. Like, you think we're going to have this sit-down conversation and we're going to get all cozy. No, I'm sweating. We're both sweating and we're both like out of breath because we've been doing like sports activities. There's no way you're going to sexualize this interview and be like, one day, like, because I can't lie. Back in the day, it used to be like, I bet she had sex with him after the interview. Huh?
Exactly. That happens here. Right.
And it's like, cool, I'm going to just get rid of all of that. We're playing golf.
Right.
There ain't nowhere to do none of that. So I was very intentional about, you know, how I positioned myself, where I placed myself. Like, there were moments where sometimes I would try and act like, you know, oh, maybe I should be a bit more sexy. And people used to tell me like, oh, you should wear makeup, or you need to, like, you know, maybe dress up a bit more. And then sometimes I would, and I'd be like, I feel so uncomfortable. This isn't me. Like, I'm a casual person. Like, I do glam very well, but I do casual in such a comfortable, enjoyable way. You take me as I am. So I was very intentional about that.
I like that. And now, does that come from just not you just being you, but does that also come from your faith? Because I saw a couple of your interviews, and you don't back down when you talk about your beliefs and your faith. And that was another question I was going to ask. Do you have to bite your tongue because you're a sister? But after you just said that, does that come from your faith and you being, what you said, being a Christian?
It's funny because I've always, I don't know how to describe this. Like, you know, I went to like Church of England school is like a big thing in here. You either go to a Catholic school, Church of England school, all that kind of stuff. So you grow up knowing about God and, like, you know, back in the day, obviously being forced to go to church. So only in my later life have I like literally, like, you know, been saved, and like now I have, like, you know, going to church as a part of my routine, and like
wow, okay.
But it's like, it's a part of my life now. Earlier in my career, I wouldn't say faith was at the forefront. It was just more like, I just don't want to embarrass my family. Now I would say I'm mindful more of like the scenarios I put myself into, because I know I can have a sharp tongue, and I know I can, you know, keep it 100 and all that kind of stuff. But there's a time and a place for that. So I don't want to put myself in situations like, even like there's a lot of like, I guess like the best way to describe it, like just ratchet, toxic content out there, like, you know, dating stuff and all these kind of like over sexualized shows. Like, I actually don't enjoy them. So, but I had to figure that out along the way. I had to like be a part of these spaces and be like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to remove myself. So it's been a trial and error kind of experience, figuring out what roles, what industries, what, like, you know, people I want to surround myself with. So I think it's just general growth as a woman, and a woman like of faith as well, that has allowed me to kind of decipher what feels comfortable, what feels right. But don't get me wrong, like as much as I like, you know, I'm saved, I still go out. I like to party.
Of course, come on.
And you know, and I don't want anyone to feel like, you know, oh, I saw her at a secular rave, and I'm like, I can't lie, I had a good time.
Right.
But at the same time, I try not to let like the world influence me. Like, you know, I work in the world, so I can't, like, there's certain things, like some of my jobs, I get booked for concerts. Like, I get booked for music shows. I was at the VMAs. People can say, God knows how many, you know, we don't even know who half the scene is devil worshippers or not. Like,
Right.
like we don't know.
Right.
So I'm like, I would be a hypocrite if I'm like, I know I'm in the world, but I choose the spaces that I'm in, like selectively, and like, you know, I try and, you know, I pray, I ask God, like, is this a good position for me to put myself in? Is this a good opportunity to take? Like, is this going to take me too far away with the walk that you've got for me? Like, I try and just like, you know, I speak to my friends, and even my manager, she's like a woman of God, and she's like, pray about it. She was like, tell me if you want the booking. She was like, tell me tomorrow. Go and pray about it, and then we'll confirm if we're getting paid or not.
Yeah, that's a really, really interesting question, because I'm always curious about you know, getting paid and making money in the space in media, you know, and how how did how did you know what your worth and your value is?
Mm. Especially these days, this is, you know, people aren't getting paid their value in America. But
It's
anyway,
hard.
really,
It's so hard. For a long time, long time, I had no idea. No one talks about money in the UK. I don't know what. I don't know if it's the same, like in the US, but like it's real taboo to like know people's
they talk
salaries.
about it. They talk about it, but you'll have somebody like Taraji that has to bring it up because she's not getting paid her worth. And there's a
Right.
lot of us as African Americans that are in your business, entertainment, and I'm sure you know that get to that point, and then they stop talking about the money because they already made the money, but now they got to pay the younger people, and the younger people have to stand up. And some people that talk about money, as you know, in your business here in America, like Monique. She'll bring it up and then she'll get blackballed bringing it up after you win an Academy Award. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring that up. Go ahead.
No, it's very fair, and it's like for a long time I didn't have management for years. Like, so I graduated 2010. I didn't get my first like agent or manager until like 2018. So I started making like decent money and like getting like corporate jobs and like, you know, seeing a few more zeros from then onwards. So my money mainly comes from TV presenting, radio presenting, voiceovers, so doing ads and stuff like that, and then hosting events. And the hosting 100% is where you can get a lot more money. And I had no idea how to like equate what I should be getting. And to the fact that I did a lot of black shows, like, you know, hosting black comedy gigs and all that kind of stuff. And they'd be like, yeah, we ain't got much budget. So, you know, for a long time I was getting like £150 here, £200 there, £300, ooh, £500, ooh. And then you get an agent and they're like, yeah, we're charging them minimum £2,000. And I was like, wait, what? I should have been getting £2,000 all this time. And
Back then.
And even £2,000 is laughable to some people in the industry, because £2,000, is that all they're giving you? Like, because, you know, even it's funny because I've been looking more into like the corporate world again, and like 5K is like a minimum for doing a talk sometimes.
Mm.
And I'm like, 5K is the minimum. Like, and I know people that are like, yeah, I flew out to Dubai, 20K. And I'm like, what? So it's only when you're in the industry and then you have people that have experience and know how to negotiate for you, can you really find find out how much you can earn. And I think, especially because I'm working with big brands now, like, you know, like hosting screenings for like films. Like I'm going to be doing Mean Girls, and like Paramount obviously are organizing that.
Great.
Thank you. And again, it's like, now I understand how they work. Okay. So again, there are times where sometimes you still do your favors, and it's like, oh, I really want you to host this event for me. I've only got £200. And I'm like, rah, I could be getting £2,000 minimum.
Yeah,
But if it's a passion project,
right.
sometimes I don't mind, because if it's for the community or it's for people that I believe in or they're starting out and all that kind of stuff, like sometimes you have to be understanding of what people are working with. But the most important question for anyone to ask if you're in the industry, if you're getting booked, is what is their budget?
Mm.
Because if a brand turns around and says, oh, we really want you to host this show, and then you're like, oh, and they're like, what's your fee? My fee might be £1,000. And if they're like, because we've got a budget of £5,000, don't dare say £1,000. Don't you dare tell them £1,000, because you just missed out on 5,000.
Right.
Like sometimes if you don't know the industry enough, ask. Because don't go in there with your, like, not saying that £1,000 is not good, because obviously it's great. But like, you're in an industry that throws money in the air for fun. Like, you could be earning so much more if you just ask, like, what's the going rate? What's the standard rate? Because you might be lowering yourself. And then now people are talking like, you know, she only takes £1,000. So now you might have 10 jobs that are all £1,000.
Yeah, you're working hard. Yeah, you're not getting paid.
But that's the thing. I feel like in the Black community, and it seems like whether it's in UK, whether it's in America, if you don't, I feel like we don't have those conversations about money and financial literacy. And I feel like the conversations are starting to happen now.
Yeah.
Before, there was no conversation on how much money am I going to make. It was always the barter thing. Whether you worked in fashion and urban fashion, is like, well, I can give you some clothes if you're going to do this fashion show, or you know, we don't really have the budget right now. And knowing your value, I feel like is super, super important. One as a Black person, but then especially as a Black woman or even a Black man, and that's why hearing you talk about when you knew, or your agent or someone was like, all right, well, our budget is £5,000. I would say $1,000 here. But then just knowing your worth, and the question I have about that is like, at what point did you know what your value was?
I still, and it's unfortunate that I'm still battling this myself. Like, it's so funny. My agents and managers believe in me so much. Like, there was a point where they told me, like, they wanted to up my fee. And I was like, that's a lot. And I was like, no one's going to book me. And they were like, of course they will. Like, you're amazing. And I was like, nah, maybe we should lower it, because, and they looked at me like, and I understand why they looked at me, why I'm mad. But I saw it as, it's so hard to explain it. Like, I don't want people to be put off that I think I'm nice and I think I'm this and I think I'm that. And it's
You
such
are
a sad...
nice. You are this and you are that. You are what you are.
I know, but I think it is
true.
The industry is constantly telling you, like, she's worth that. You need to do more. Like, I don't know. There's loads of no's that have made me feel like, oh, maybe that's not for me. And it's sad. It's unfortunate.
That's
But
the
Donald,
crazy thing. I feel like I just feel like as Black folks, we don't know our value.
well,
I agree.
How
but I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is in the
Sorry,
UK.
go ahead, Doc.
I don't know how it is in the UK, but I know in America, what happens with us as Black people is we get so distracted with the nonsense that we kind of don't look at our worth as it should be or as it is. For example, what I was gonna ask you is when it comes to the Black actor, African American actor, and the UK actor. So now, Black people just want to get paid. You're sitting in Academy Awards, and then you'll have someone come up from the UK. Are you someone like my man? And what's his name? He's doing Bass Reeves now. Bass Reeves was. Do you know?
Oh,
And Yelio and
David Ole.
Onieli. See,
Yeah, sorry, my
I'm
bad.
glad that
As
I
a Nigerian,
you
that
can't
was
say
bad.
it. So I'm feeling better about myself because he's from
Oh.
your country. Daniel.
Wait, let me Google. What's
Doing
it?
good. You know how much I was studying so I wouldn't mess up right now? Yeah, that's what I should have been doing.
His name is
And
what's
Yelio.
it?
And Yelio.
Black
David.
Panther.
No, not him. Not him. I'm
No,
talking
you're thinking of Daniel Kaluuya. That's my boy.
Right.
Who
Daniel.
she interviewed. But
Okay, here we
one
go.
of them. But
David Oyelowo.
okay, David Oyelowo, right? Well,
Oyelowo.
he did Selma, where he played Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the question would be, how are they going? This is how we get distracted when it comes to Black as a
collective.
unit, together, knowing our worth. You'll have people like Samuel L. Jackson said this. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember.
He was like, "What's going on? Why there's no way that a European Black man can experience what an African American Black man has experienced, and how is he going to do it as an actor?" And I think that's, to me, at first I was down with Samuel L. But then I said, okay, as a collective, as Black people, what are we going to do to hold each other up? How are we going to do this? Like I remember, Remel, you said when the Kanye situation went down, and you had said something about Kanye and had all the other rappers, and in America, we don't really know a lot of UK rappers. But I agree with you when he went to that stage. I don't have to speak for you, but what happened with Kanye, and how do you feel about this whole black white situation? I mean, this black on black. I don't want to call it black on black crime, but this black on black situation when it comes to UK and African American actors.
So what Samuel L. Jackson said, which shocked me as an actor, is that how are you supposed to relate to being an African American if you're British? First of all, if you're an actor, you are going to do an adequate amount of research and studying to understand the character you're going to play. So if you're playing a murderer, do you now have to go and murder someone so you can identify with the character?
Right.
You're being silly. So as an actor, please believe that a Black British actor is capable of playing a role the same as an African American actor. That's my opinion, and that's my stance on it. It's a creative process. It's not just based on your heritage. And again, a lot of the time, Caribbean people play African people. African people play Caribbean people. So what? Because you've never touched foot on the land of the person that you're playing, you can't. That's just silly. So that's where I stand on that. It's a creative process. Everyone can tap into that. In terms of the Kanye situation, that was based off of the fact that everyone loved, especially at the time, everyone loved Kanye West. Everyone saw him as an incredible artist, producer, and like he was having a kind of gatekeeper moment, which was great. However, I felt like it wasn't executed how I would have liked to see it executed. So instead of allowing our talent to perform with him, he just asked them to join him.
Yeah.
So that for me I'm like, I was just waiting for him to pass the mic, because that for me would have been such a powerful moment of like collaboration. That seemed like, you
Unifying.
run the instrumental so our artists could run a verse. That for me, woo, that would have been amazing. That's where I had a problem. And I said, I look back on it and I'm like, man, I was young. I was just speaking recklessly. I said some phrases that got clipped and memed, and it didn't go as well as I wanted. So
You're right.
Yeah, but at the same time, you were saying what you truly felt on your heart, and when I heard it and read a little bit about it, and I was like, how? Well, I'm always curious to know how people are thinking on both sides, right? And so I was like, why would Kanye West invite all these UK rappers on the stage and not pay
Mhm.
money? In his mind, is he thinking that he is opening up the door for them just by having them on the stage with him? And then I thought, like, would Michael Jackson do something like that? Like back in the day, would Prince do something like that, or would I don't know, would Beyonce do something like that? Um, and so it was an interesting dynamic. And then the rappers who were on stage with him, how were they feeling? Did they feel that were they slighted by him not? You know what I mean? And it's just an interesting dynamic, and I feel that as a collective, we are always having these divisions between us. There's always something that comes in to divide us even more. So I'm a British actor, or I'm a African American rapper, or I'm making money over here, and I can't share this knowledge with these people over here. Um,
It's so sad. It's like a distraction, like I was saying. Yeah.
I find that it's a major distraction, and I did want to ask, in terms of the acting scene, we don't really see a lot of Black actors crossing over to doing British roles, and which
right.
Yeah, that's true.
um and I have a friend. His name is Jordan Christie. He's a African American actor, and he's doing his thing. He's been on a few TV shows. Um, And when I asked the question, I feel like they say that the training that British actors go through, Black British actors or British actors in general, is much more, it's better than the American theater and film schools when it comes down
Right.
to just the range of diversity in their teaching. Now, I'm not an actor, so I don't know this, but for a fact. Um, but I'm always curious, like how that works and why there's not the crossover the other way. You know what I mean?
That's a great question, because I feel like it's always hilarious when like British people can do an American accent, but it's hard for American people to do a British accent. And we're like, what are we doing that's so weird to understand or to replicate? Because like I have a generic American accent. I don't know where she's from, but
Bring it out, bring
Do
it
it now.
out.
Can you do it now? Can you do it now? It better be good, because then you'll be slighting us of Americans over here.
wait, I did it recently. And everyone was
Do
like, no, that was good. Okay, let me see. Wait, let me channel her. All right, well, ask me a question.
How was your day today?
Wait, who am I today? I don't know. Okay. Um, so I don't know, like maybe I'm just having a good day. I had my breakfast this morning, and then I had my lunch in the afternoon, and then I'm now here with you guys having an interview. It's just great.
Oh, snap. Yo, that is so strange to
Wow.
me. So
See,
strange to me.
Where's
You
she
know,
from?
we're set in our ways. We think that we're the top of
she's
the
from
world.
she's from an Ivy League school. She went to a good
No.
school. Was probably like the only Black girl in her class.
Yeah.
What if somebody said, yo, you know what? I think that, I don't like you. I don't like the way you look. How would you reply to that in English, in American? I don't like you. I don't like the way you look. What's up?
So first of all, I don't understand why you have a problem with me today, because you don't even know me. You ain't got this at all. You got this twisted, and I got your penny change.
Yeah.
Oh my
Lamar, you better never tell me about code switching.
She switched it. That was so. I just don't understand it. You're right. We don't understand.
Okay, your turn.
All right.
You are good.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Who's
I gotta ask a question.
Oh, I need to ask you a question. Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Wait, I was gonna ask you, Martin.
I'm done already.
Go ahead.
Martin, how is the weather today?
You know, today the weather is it's a little bit chilly. I don't know, I'm not feeling too bad, but it's a lot of stuff going on in the media. I feel like some of it is bollocks, you know, and cheers. I don't know, but I don't know.
That was good with code switching.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You've been through East London. You spent some time up north in one of the Midlands area. Maybe
I was telling about the dialect.
Yeah. Because we got our Birmingham, Brummie, we got the Brummies, and we got the Liverpudlians. They all go up.
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpudlians. They really high. It's like Trinidad, like or like Trinidad Bajan people. They got a song.
Trini to the bone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Martin, I didn't hear you, but
I can't. I'm not gonna do it. I could say, "Yo, I'm over across the pond and shit." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the pond? Hey, my girl Mel is over in the pond.
Martin is all American. He would not try any Caribbean food. He will eat hot dogs, hamburgers, and French fries. No jerk chicken.
Ate some spinach.
No fufu. No, none of that.
When I go to I ate with African. When I go to Ghana, come on, man.
Okay.
I go to Ghana. I eat some Ghana.
Okay, if you've been to Ghana, you've tasted flavors.
I had to. I didn't have a hot dog in Ghana. I was looking for one. I was looking for a hot dog, and I couldn't find a hot dog in Ghana.
Absolutely not.
They said I was crazy. I was looking for. But Remel, listen. So now we get to this point because we don't know how much time you have. Donald said, "Don't talk about the time."
I told him not to talk about time. We're having a conversation.
Yo, check this out. But one of the things we need to get in is our legacy question.
Okay.
And Donald's going to ask you the legacy question. And then we can go because we need to ask you about the N-word, what you feel about the N-word over in the UK and all that. First, we're going to ask about let's Donald, can we go to that and ask Remel London the legacy question?
Okay. Let me see. Who inside and outside of your circle had the greatest impact on your legacy, and what was it that they did that had such an impact?
Oof. Ooh. Okay, there's so many people coming into my mind. But my heart is telling me, my now husband, he keeps me so grounded. And I'm a hothead. I'm a hot mouth. I will happily clap back if I had the opportunity. I'll cuss someone out if I need to, or I'll quit. I am very good at saying, I'm done, I'm out. He has given me the opportunity he's such a good listener. He listens to a lot of what I'm going through. And he gives me options of like, but is that really what you want to do? Is that really how you feel? Is that a good idea? That don't sound like you. He challenges the emotions in me and makes me be realistic of what the purpose is and what I'm trying to do. So he 100%, there's so many projects I've started and I've just wanted to stop because I'm just like, one, I don't have the money. What if no one shows up? What if no one believes in me? What if no one watches it? What if no one listens? And he's just like, yeah, but like, I can see how much joy it's bringing you, or I can see how much this is tearing you apart. So he really just gives me the opportunity to kind of like understand like my true intentions of things. So yeah, he's amazing.
Describe the factors that have adversely impacted your legacy.
Say that one more time.
Describe the factors that have adversely impacted your legacy.
The fact that I've had so many no's and I'm still here is amazing.
I like that.
Yeah, that's it.
What are some of the ideas that you have to continue on the path of forging your legacy?
Oh, you want to know my business?
Forging you gotta forge, you're forging your legacy.
Listen, I'm thinking big, and I'm really inspired by Oprah, Tyler Perry, and even the platform BET. I aspire to have my own network and production companies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really, really trying to just carve my own lane and do it my way, but also bring as many people with me. So yeah, I'm definitely working towards just like ownership, but in a beautiful Black woman way in the UK.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, what do you what do you want your legacy to be?
Legacy specifically, I want everyone to look back at everything I've created. So all the projects I've done, all the events I've done, and understand that I never did this because it's. Do you know what? It's weird because I've always created opportunities that I just saw there was something missing, so I'm going to do it. But I've always, at the heart of it, cared about everyone else that can come with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to know that I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing it for someone that's on the same track as me, that's going to come after me and just break all the generational curses that came before us. Because I'm like, I want to be able to, the word gatekeeper has been floating around a lot, Cat Williams, all that stuff. But but like I genuinely want to be someone that can help bring through the next generation of talent. So that's what I really want to be known for, and I want my legacy to be remembered for. Like she did that for us.
All right.
Yeah, I want to ask too about mental health. Like, I know the beginning of the year, I saw the post that you put up on talking about affirmations and how grateful you are and gratitude. Um, how do you keep a space for yourself for your mental health? Because you're constantly on. When you turn the camera on, when you're walking down the street,
That's so much energy.
you're
Always
doing,
smiling and laughing.
you're constantly moving, and I know that mental health is like a really, really serious thing, and I feel like it's affecting people of color a lot more, at least from what I'm seeing, than
Yeah.
anyone else. And I feel like there's not enough resources around to help with that. So how do you deal with mental health?
In all honesty, I 100% turn to God. I get in my Bible as much as possible. I pray as much as possible. I turn to my peers who I know will give me good counsel as much as possible. I've had counseling in the past, specifically with a Black therapist, because she understands what some of the things I'm talking about, or whether it's like, family related. And she'll be like, yeah, I know mums can be like that. I know dads can be like that. We're in the Black community. So I'm very aware of like when I need to take time out and reflect or seek help, seek guidance. So when it comes to my mental health, I'm not afraid to stop. And like even before Christmas, like I was low. I was really, really low. One, I will say, this here, England is trying to sabotage all of the black melanated people. There is no sun right now. I had to up my vitamin D. Like when I say my vitamins, this is like the amount of vitamins I'm taking right now just to keep me up because it's so dark. Like I had to get the ring light out at 4 p.m. It's now 5 in England. I had to get the ring light out at 4 to make sure I wasn't sitting in darkness when I talk to you guys. Like that's how much this country can really get to us. And I actually do believe that I have SAD, like when you have like winter depression and stuff. So like I've looked into it and I'm like, yo, if there's no light outside, I do not feel good. So recently I've been going for like morning walks just to get the light and like, so you need to know, you need to understand your body. You need to know what you need. If you're lacking in vitamin D, up the vitamins. If you need the sunlight, get outside, go for a walk, go for a bike ride. So I'm listening to myself. And in those times, I'm listening to like, I got a really good meditation app and they'll just talk to you and be like, how are you feeling? So like, I like stuff like that. That's like, again, the affirmations, like you said, journaling, like I created my own gratitude diary. Like I'm really big on just like celebrating even the small stuff. So I try and just give myself time to reflect and like enjoy my environment as much as possible. If my house is messy, I got to tidy it and be comfy and cozy. Like the small things help.
Remel, you are so interesting, and we do respect your time. So don't think that we're being rude and we're not respecting your time. It's just that you are so interesting. And there's one thing I got out of this whole conversation, right? And that is vitamin.
Oh, you don't say vitamins.
We say vitamin, but I got vitamin now. Now I have something. Thank you for giving me that. Because let me tell you something. Now, when somebody asks me to be an actor in a movie in the UK, I'm just my whole line is gonna be vitamin. And I'm gonna look at him like Samuel L. Jackson and Idris Elba together. I'm gonna say vitamin.
Yes.
And say, you got it, man. And then I'm going to come to your show and you're going to interview me and ask me all these questions. Yeah. And I'm going to say, vitamin, that's how we roll.
Yeah. That almost went over my head because I'm like, why would you care? Oh, vitamin.
But you're so interesting because, like I said, we respect your time, and I call you the boss because that's what you're still young and you're still moving forward, and I know that you're going to get everything the road to legacy. What we do is, yes, we had jobs in the hospitality and we're moving around. I'm in Indianapolis, Donald's in New York. But what we do is we come together and we help people. We were talking about how many people that we fed at our toy drive last, which was more, I said it was 3,000 people. Donald says it's maybe 2,000, 1,500 or 500. But the people that were out there, once you watch our footage, you'll see it's a sea of people that need help. So we had food that we got from an Islamic mosque. We had clothing. We had bikes that people that we've known, stars and rich people that had given us, people, not rich people, but people who have it.
People that can buy bikes, yeah.
People who bought us bikes. And then we had people who came by their own property and said, Donald Martin, we're going to give you our property so you can store all these toys to take out all this food so you can take it out and distribute. You're helping us so much right now by just coming on because there's so many people that are going to listen to this and see your young, beautiful, brown person, and they're going to make a change in their lives. And they're gonna try to follow your path. And I know you help people out there in the UK, but you have no idea how much influence that you will have on people in America because Black people in America do not think like Black people abroad because we're so inundated with certain politics, with keeping our democracy, which is very difficult at this time. People are afraid with our health. We don't have health care properly here. So we get so distracted. But your story is going to help so many young people out there. And we appreciate you being in. By no means, and I'm stopping, I just wanted to get that in because, Donald talks. Donald's over here. So Donald talks more than me. He likes to talk because he's brown. And brown, you're brown, he's brown. So he tries to push me out. So you know what I got to do to get a little more melanin? I just have to take my vitamins.
That's
So,
right.
you know,
Thank you so much. No, that
Well,
that means a lot. What you guys have been doing with the drive and the toy drive, food drive, everything, that is so inspiring to me. So the fact that you're telling me that I'm doing something just by talking rubbish for like an hour, like you guys are really setting pace by doing amazing things. So
we're
thank
intimidated by you. We don't know. We up here doing what we do. We love getting information out. But you interview. I was watching you. She's interviewing. Yeah, da 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 da, laughing, talking to all these big stars. I'm like, what are we gonna ask her? Then I had to say, hold up.
No,
I'm
this is great.
50 some years old. This young lady right here is gonna listen to me.
Thank you, Martin. I
But
appreciate it.
but we love you. We appreciate
no,
you.
we absolutely love you. We value you so much, and
Value.
I'm thankful that you committed to your word. You know, because you know how it is. You meet people all the time. Be like, yeah. We're gonna do that. We'll link up, and you never hear from them again. I hit you up right before the new year came in, and you was like, yeah, let's put it on a calendar, and you came through, and I know that you didn't have to.
I know you're busy
And
too.
so I'm thankful to God first and foremost that you kept your word. I'm thankful to you. You are super, super incredible and fascinating. And like Mark was saying, I was really nervous. We were nervous
Oh,
before
I wasn't
interviewing you.
nervous.
Well, I was nervous. I was nervous because
Brown skin, man. Y'all brown skin people stick together. Y'all want to make the best out of each other. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, and I'm nervous out of respect for what you do.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's that imposter syndrome that happens where I feel like, oh man, I don't know, this person is way past where I see myself.
Mm.
And looking at you and the confidence that you put out, that you carry around with you is extremely powerful as a Black woman, as a woman, as a person of color, to be able to walk in rooms and then transition yourself from urban to expanding out more. You know what I mean? And I kind of understand why you left. Was it
yeah,
radio
it was Capital Extra. Yeah.
Capital? Yeah, and I was gonna ask about that, but I'm not gonna ask about that.
No, do
It's,
you know what? I'll comment on that just to be clear. In the UK, you
Mhm.
know, we have Black platforms. Capital Extra is considered an R&B and hip hop station.
Mhm.
It was, like I said, formerly Choice FM, a Black owned station. I took pride in joining a Black owned station, but then when you realize that, and again, no disrespect to my former employers, and they still employ me a little bit because I do voiceovers for them. But
Mhm.
no disrespect to them, but like it's led by majority white people.
Mm.
And I don't think they listen enough to the Black talent. And that is the problem here in the UK. There are Black, what looks like Black brands, corporations, or even like campaigns like, oh my God, they're using Black people, way. But
Right.
you need to look at the core of it.
Mhm.
Like, is it Black? It's not just about being Black owned. Is it for Black people? Because you're using the face and representation of Black people. Like all the broadcasters are Black, but are you actually giving the core values of what a Black station, R&B, hip hop station, what are you actually doing for Black people? Are you doing the blood donations? Are you talking about sickle cell? Are you talking about all of the diseases or issues in the Black community? Are you doing things for Black people? Because if you're going to say this is and I think especially in the UK, they're trying to not make R&B and hip hop be a Black thing. It's Black,
It is.
That's never gonna not happen. But anyway, go
but
ahead. Black.
they're trying to make it sound like, oh, it's like they put a spin on it that it's youth. R&B and hip hop is youthful. It's like,
Mm.
we just celebrated the 50th anniversary. We talking about like,
Right.
so let's stay at the core of things. And I felt like I was representing something that wasn't a part of my core values. So, and that's why moving forward, I only want to work on things that I'm passionate about, that I care about, that I believe in. And if it means being independent, like all these artists are becoming independent and like buying back their their distribution and publishing deals, cool, I'll take it all back. I'll do it myself. if it means I can have pride in what I'm doing and you're not like taking the joy out of it. So just to touch on that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to keep it because I have so many questions that I want to ask, especially as a black woman from the UK and being in media and specifically because there's not a lot of black representation in media in general. I feel like in America, yeah, there's some, but in the UK, I feel like there's not a whole lot. In Latin America, it's the same thing. And so I really find it interesting, because that's a challenging thing, right? Like being a black woman and having representation and ownership in these spaces. And it doesn't exist as much. I feel like it's growing now, but I feel like it wasn't there that much before.
We've always had, like, especially black women, we've had black women dotted around, but there is a real issue. And yeah, it's actually for black talent in general. There's a one in, one out situation. So if one black woman is on TV, every channel will book her. And that's great for her. But what about the rest? Like, why can't there be different, and it is changing. They are like, I hate to make it sound like we're being allowed in, but like there are platforms that are allowing more, representation and like giving more opportunities. But for example, like late night entertainment shows there's the same faces, white men, white men, white men, white men, white men.
Right.
Like, when are we going to get, like, Keke Palmer winning an Emmy, first black game show host? That's amazing. I would love to be able to celebrate that for us here in the UK. We don't have no black game show hosts in the UK. Like, that's not a thing. So we got to break through. First of all, we need to be on TV.
Right.
Then we can talk about the different genres and the different platforms and the different style formats, all that kind of stuff. So the fact that that's still only just happening for Kiki now and in the US, like we're not even there. Like we don't have game show hosts or enough TV hosts or like, and it's very hard to just see the change and see the breakthrough for a lot of black talent. It is very much one in, one out. If someone dies, it feels like that's when the next opportunity will open up.
Oh, really? Okay. Who's the most famous actress or actor right now in the UK, black?
100% male Idris Elba.
Woman?
Daniel Kaluuya is doing amazingly.
Yeah,
He's doing great.
Yeah, he's from my area, so like we love
Okay.
Daniel. We love Daniel. Obviously Damson Idris is doing amazingly. Women. Woo!
Older or younger? Usually the women tend to be a little, I guess, I don't know.
Older. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Right.
So on TV, we have like the main show. So like obviously you guys have like The View. We have Loose Women.
Okay.
So the older women on Loose Women are all former like soap stars. Like, they used to be on like all the soap operas or they won a reality TV show and they're all in their like 50s.
What about the girl that played in James Bond and she played in the new
Oh, she's going to be in the Bob Marley film.
Yeah, her.
Lashana Lynch.
Yes.
Yeah, she's doing amazing. Is she well known in the UK?
No.
I'm like, it's funny. Like I know, I wouldn't say we're friends, but I know of her. We've been in the same spaces and stuff.
Right.
We love her. We're celebrating her. We're so excited for her. But I don't know if maybe when Bob Marley comes out, that might change a bit more. But I don't know if she's there.
Right.
Is that the same sister who played Harriet Tubman?
Oh, that is not.
That's
she's from the UK though.
Cynthia Erivo, yeah.
Yes,
she's real good.
Again, the ladies have to go to America.
But she's so freaking famous over here.
Not yes and no in England. Like, yeah, but I feel like she won't like it's really hard because like will people stop her in the street like they would stop Idris Elba?
Mm.
Well, in America, they'll some people stopping in the street.
Yeah, in America, 100%. In England, because
Wow.
Idris had a major TV show called Luther in the
I
UK.
love Luther.
And the
Yeah.
movie was super
Another-
dope. It was launching James Bond.
Right? So Luther, he's like, a part of
Sure.
British drama now.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like in the UK, TV is more important than film. Like if you're a big TV star, like I said, the women on Loose Women are all from TV shows.
Okay.
They're all from soap operas, or they won a reality show. They was on Pop Idol, or Britain's Got Talent. Like they're not. Like Janice Street Porter used to be a TV producer. She's the one that brought over Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and said put that on the BBC, and now she's a presenter.
That's super dope. All right. So as we like start to get close to wrapping up and stuff, there's a few things that I want to ask.
Yes.
So it's a new segment that we're just starting. It's called What Comes to Mind. And so how it works is I'm going to say some words and I want you to tell me exactly what comes to your mind when I say it.
Okay.
Griggs.
Wait, say that again?
Griggs.
I don't know what that is.
Griggs. I don't know what Griggs are. Yeah.
What, Greg's as in the pastry shop?
Not with a G. It's Giggs. Am I saying it right? Think so?
He said Griggs. I hope Griggs is a good thing. Sounds like grits to me.
No.
In the South, they have grits.
Yeah, I heard grits.
Yeah. See, Griggs, you can have, like, if you're itching a lot, you can have the Griggs.
I've never heard that.
Griggs?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No idea.
Who is the number one rapper right now out the UK? Just did a feature with Diddy.
Feature with Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that. I think I know that.
Feature with Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
Feature with Diddy.
Yeah.
But something on TV about something that Diddy did something.
I mean, there's a lot of things that Diddy did, but
No, hey.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Yeah. And your beat very soon as slow. And bring up the jaws. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one already rolled up. Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah. That's the one. Come on. Get in the hands now.
You don't know this?
Yeah. It's I'm with the gang and it's hazardous.
Oh, Giggs!
45 a big caliber.
Wow.
She heard hazardous, and then she said, "Oh,
Wait, I said it wrong? Did I say Giggs?
What did you say Giggs this whole time?
Yes.
I thought you said something. I thought you said grits or something."
I thought you said Greg's.
Yeah, I thought you said Greg's. Yeah, that's right.
That's a popular pastry shop
Griggs.
in this.
Yeah, I was like, it's on the itch. I got the Greg's.
Oh, Giggs, that's my boy.
Oh, yeah.
I love Giggs to bits, man. He's like one of the best UK artists. You were right, yeah. I don't know why it took me too long. I don't know. Sorry, Giggs.
Maybe my American accent butchered it up.
Yeah,
All right.
Giggs.
Azonto.
Oh yeah, we know the Zonto. Dancing Afro beats to the world.
I'm getting up on my British music. Okay. I got a serious one. Operation Trident.
Oh, it's like knife crime and prevention, and just it's ruining the UK, in all honesty. Like there's a lot of work to be done to stop kids killing each other. It's horrible.
Hackney.
That's my husband's hometown. He has forced Hackney into my life. So I'm now at East Londoner because of him. And yeah, man, Hackney's good vibes. That's where the black people are at.
Yo, shout outs to your husband. He's a great man. He's found a gym
But see, it has to be because I saw something online. I don't know if you saw it, Donald, but he's the man. Her husband is the man.
Her
He
husband is
proposed to her.
dope.
He proposed to her like I had never seen nothing like that before. She was crying. Oh no, it's not happening. Oh no, it's not happening. No.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That's a great idea during COVID. I got married during COVID too. But
Okay.
yeah, but it was intimate. It was really good. I could see that you had your girlfriends there. He had the girls there.
Yeah.
Family. I mean, he came in there. He waited. He had the thing on the screen. I almost cried. A tear came right out of him. I almost cried. And
Thank you.
like, look at that. Look at that. Two black people coming together. And then he comes waltzing in, all cool and suave. And she said, "No, you're dead. No, you're dead." Wow, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Congratulations, even though it happened a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
congratulations
Congratulations.
on having a good introduction to the world of marriage. You know,
Definitely.
I had to bring that up. And I just was just thrown back. I just, anyway.
Oh, thank you.
So Donald, I have one more little question.
Please.
And this can be, we can edit this or not or keep it or whatever. And I know you, Remel, will probably want to keep stuff like this, but how do they deal with the N-word in the UK? Now, here in America, like Donald and I don't like to say the N-word unless it's necessary, or if we're helping somebody out that happens to be in the hood and might come back and say, yo, that N did this, and we'll listen. But as time goes on, we try to school people on what that word is about. We don't really, there's a lot of Americans that hate it, even in hip hop. But how do y'all deal with it out there?
Yeah, it's the same sentiment. It's frowned upon. A lot of people use it, like, that whole term of endearment. I just rather it not be a part of my vocabulary. Like, it's not endearing to me. Like, it is offensive, and when it's used. Like, there was an incident years ago when I used to work as a waitress in a bar, and one of the managers, I'll use it for this scenario. White man, he clearly was just feeling away, and it was a joke apparently. He just said, "Oh, what up, my nigga?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" I was like, "Bro, like, not that we're friends, but I was like, you can't say that, right?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, my nigga." I was like, nah, this man is losing his mind.
What?
Oh.
Like, this was my manager. Like, I quit the job because I raised it, I flagged it to the owner. The owner didn't care because he had his own internal problems. He was like a Sri Lankan man that just didn't like other Sri Lankan people or Asian people or anything like that. So I raised it to him, and he was like, "Oh, this is terrible. Oh, nothing was done about it." I was like, I can't work here with people think this is banter. Like, I told you can't say that, and you said it again in jest. Now, for me, that is a clear sign of people not respecting how much that word can affect you. So whether you think it's a joke or not, and I say this to every race, if someone doesn't want to be called that, don't call them that. That's where I stand on it. So I understand some people use it in their language. For me, it's not a part of my language. And I know a lot of people that feel the same way. It is not a part of their vocabulary because they know how harmful and hurtful it can be.
All right.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. We feel the same way about the N word. And in the US, the challenge and how much power we gave that word to the world and masses. You have
the world.
Asians saying it, Latinos saying it, Arabs saying it, Jews saying it. It's nothing endearing about the term because no one else is calling each other a derogatory term.
Well, that's the last thing an African American heard before they were hung or lynched or raped or had their babies cut out of their bellies.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just something I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, we feel exactly the same way. That is a universal sentiment of let's throw that whole word in the bin.
Thank you.
And Remel, I cannot thank you enough for coming through and keeping your word.
Oh man, thank you.
And listen to the answer.
But you guys don't I like that. But you guys don't understand how much it means to know that this little black girl in the UK, small island, little London, like your my story resonates with you. Like, you know, like I said, I grew up watching American TV and like seeing black people across the pond and knowing that, you know, you two amazing black handsome men are also allowing me to, like, you know, share my experiences with your community means a lot. Like, you know, I can't lie. I want to do more in America. So, you know, hopefully if anyone sees this and, like, you know, wants to connect, like, I'd love that.
Well, just give us all your information, any information that you want to give us where people can connect with you, because we do have followers.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, please do follow me. My socials, Remel, REMEL _London. So that's Twitter, X, whatever that thing's called now. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I love a bit of LinkedIn. I'm very bougie like that. And of course, my platform, The Mainstream UK. It is a creative platform that supports talent in the UK. So if you are interested in seeing what's going on over here, I post about it. We talk about it all the time on there. It's a podcast as well, so you can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and on YouTube as well.
Okay, and we don't need the management company or anything like that where they can get in contact with someone that would.
I mean, if you want to book me,
Yeah, go for it.
please do. You can always email me individually, like specifically, but I'm under a company called UTC Management. They are amazing. They look after some of the best comedians and talent and presenters in the UK. So check out their roster too. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
When you
much.
come, Ramel, we started out as wanting to do and basically doing a road to legacy when COVID came in, where we would be filming someone like you, us walking through Harlem, talking about your life or whatever, things like that. You know, Donald gets on me because I'm an old school dude and I'm a hater. I gotta say it because, you know, if you hear rap music in America, you know, Brooklyn and Harlem and Queens, we always fighting against each other. I'm a hater of Brooklyn, and the reason that it got gentrified so quickly, and we didn't get a piece of the pie after it got gentrified. But there's still, and then you got Jay-Z, who's from Marcy Projects, and that place is still murders going on left and right in those.
And
Thank
you know, yeah, God bless you, and I pray that this is not the last time that we do this and have this conversation. Invite us to the UK. We'll come.
Yes,
love to sit down and do one of those.
And pray for us, and we'll pray for you. We'll watch God just change things.
That's amen. Amen. I see it. Yes, definitely. Let's just keep communicating. I love it.
Great interview from across the pond. I learned about vitamins, which I'm gonna have to deal with because I'm getting older. And there's so many great things that we got out of that, from the N-word all the way up to inspiration. So I'm sure a lot of you listeners are going to get some really good information out of this podcast.
Yeah, it was a really, really great interview. And I'm super thankful that she took the time to come on and talk to us about, you know, what it's like and how she got to where she is. Because that's what it's about on Road to Legacy podcast, where we always want to cultivate inspiration, influence, and education. And hopefully from this episode, you guys were able to.
I like that. I like how you said that. I didn't think that was going to go right. But then you said, oh, I can't even say it. That's so good. Yeah, you're educated.
Yo, this was great, man. So until next time.
Yes.
And from my hood to your hood, from my car to your car, from your apartment to my apartment, this is Road to Legacy podcast, and this is how we do from New York to Indianapolis. What up, BX all day?
149th Street, all night. Peace.